Hello, this is Sine J, struggling actress in Georgia with SJB Productions, presented by Talented Productions. I want to discuss a few things if I can, and the first topic I have is time for change. I have a little problem, and maybe you all can help me vent. I felt like I was being discriminated against because of the color of my skin and the fact that I was a black woman, and I say that wearily. And this is how it goes. I'm going to say the name of the street and the name of the business incorrectly. So you all are a very intelligent audience. Please put two and two together. I took my baby, which is a 1998 Ford Expedition, to East Point, Georgia, on Urch Street. Again, this name is incorrect. To ACO. That works on cars. Again, this name is incorrect. Please put two and two together. And I was like, please take your time with her. She's my baby, and whatever you need to do, but take your time. Change the oil, do everything. She's had a rough time driving from Louisiana to Georgia, and my husband's had her for a while, and he doesn't know how to treat my baby. So I said, please take your time with her. And of course, I had, and I'm going to say this term loosely, the right gentleman in front of me. And he's like, of course, whatever. Give me the key. So they called me like the next day, and I was like, well, please take your time with it. I mean, they found out exactly what was wrong with it in a day, and I thought that was, a little bit too much. And in that day, they found out that the work was going to cost close to $1,000. That too made me a little weary. I was like, yeah, okay, well, take your time with it. Really look. Not that I want more money added to the bill, but that I want you to really fix my damn truck. So, of course, they said, of course, they will take their time and whatever else to give me a chance to gather the money, because nobody has $1,000 except for the rich and famous just sitting, by their bedside. So, 2 days after that, I get a phone call saying it's done. I said, well, how is it done when I just asked for you all to take your time with it and really find out everything that's wrong with it? Because I've been coming back and forth to ACO since the 7 to 8 months that I've been living here. For, I have another car and such like that. And I was starting to question, but it's under warranty, so you take it back under warranty. You take it somewhere else and your warranty is null and void. So I started to question their tactics. I'm wondering if these are shade tree mechanics, which means, quote unquote, they fix one thing and make sure there's something else wrong with it. So it's totally different than what they fix. So they can honestly say face to face, well, I fixed this problem. This is something else. And it's going to cost you this, and it's going to cost you that. And this ensures that they will continuously have business. Because again, like I said, if you take it somewhere else, the warranty is null and void, and then, of course, you don't have to pay more to fix whatever they did, plus. So, I was like, I told the gentleman to take his time with it, to change the oil and all that crap. You calling me and saying it's done. He's like, yeah, it's done. It's going to cost $1,000. And the gentleman, I'm going to say his name wrong, Arlie, and I'm missing one letter, was like, we've done our job, ma'am. I can't help you while you don't have your money. You knew that when you brought it in, you were going to have to pay. And I was like, you're totally right. Whenever you take somewhere in, you need to be prepared to pay for whatever is fixed. I said so, and I try to be respectful for those, because I don't understand what it's like to be a mechanic, and I don't try to understand. I was like, you're right. I will try, and get the money. I do appreciate you fixing it, but it is fixed. He's like, we did our job. Now you need to pay us. I mean, this costs us money. Then this man had the bold nerve to say, go to a title loan place, put your truck up for, the title up, and they'll give you the money, and then you pay us, and then it's up to you and the title person. He's like, I don't care how you get the money, you just get the money, because, we're not a reservation service. We don't hold vehicles that are done and over with. We need to move them out. We need to get them out the way, because you're taking up space for another car that we need to fix on. And this is his attitude, and this is his thing. I said, well, we'll get the money. Don't you worry about that. I know how to get the money. I will get it. So, mind you, I begged, borrowed, stole. And I don't mean stole as in I went and robbed it. I mean stole as in I took it from people that didn't really have the money, that lent it to me because they knew that I would pay back. So I had to go. My grandfather passed. My husband went to go pick the car up. He wasn't comfortable with how they were talking to him. He said they were laughing. They weren't paying attention to him. And mind you, this is a white-owned business. These are predominantly white people that are working in the back, and I have nothing against white people at all. It's just what the store had in their employ. And they told him, they gave him the key to my truck and said for him to go get it himself. And I didn't like that. And my husband's like, why do I need to go get the truck that you need to go get? But see, they were aware that there was something else wrong with my truck, and they wanted him to go get it. And that was his first clue. Technically, I would have never moved off the lot. Secondly, I would have dared somebody to tell me to go and get my own vehicle when I just paid their ass $1,000, and I should get better respect than that. And he went and got it. He said he saw the engine light come on almost as soon as he drove out the lot, and he made it just to the gas station and it cranked out. He went back over there. They laughed at him, or was laughing, and said, well, we don't have no way to boost. Sorry about that. If you bring it back, we'll look and see what's wrong with it, and we'll charge you to fix it. The hell you will. As they were talking to him, he had called me. And as I was listening, I was like, the hell they will. I work at People's TV. Or I don't work, I'm sorry. I am working on 2 shows at People's TV in Atlanta, Georgia, and it helps those who have programs and have shows that they really want to put there and they can't afford the studio fees that are out there. And I'm doing investigating report, and I'm also a host and a co-host of a couple of shows. And I was like, the hell with that. If I got to go buy, beg, and borrow a camera, I will sit out in front of their business every day, and I will report that these people are shade tree mechanics. I was listening to them tell him that he would have to pay them to look for it. The hell they will. And I told them that. And I let others at the where I was at listen to what they were saying in case I needed to go to court. Because, see, I don't believe in suing, but I will. I will. I'll own that business if I can by the time I'm done with it. Because you're not going to take that much money from me and then go, oh, well, you're just not. And he called them back and said, my wife's going to be real upset. This is her vehicle. How dare you treat her like this in the vehicle? And she got you the money, and this is what you're doing to her in her vehicle. So when I got home, it was shaking. My truck was shaking. It was smoking. It was everything. And I was really pissed. So I called the gentleman the next day, and I said, I got you on mic. You tell me why my truck can barely make it up the road. You tell me why I am damaging even more under my hood than what I was when I brought it to you. Because let me tell you, the minute that it goes out, I'm going to my state insurance. And I'm going to have them get you to pay me back for my vehicle and the money that I paid. And then I'm going to find an attorney and I'm going to get the rest. And that means whatever else I feel you owe me for my pain and suffering. So he's like, well, you have me on mic. I said, you're absolutely right. And when I can and I get a camera, I'm going to bring you into the light. Because if you've never been in the spotlight, you will be with me. And the next thing you know, the owner came in. He said, well, we can work it out. Long story short, I brought my truck back and they fixed it. And it was conveniently a little coil and a couple other things. People, please be aware that it is not always the color of your skin, but predominantly it is. It's who you are, it's what you are, and what they feel they can get away with. In this day and age, there are all kinds of sheep or wolves and goats and anyone that is trying to take as much as they can from you. And sometimes it is because of who you are. It could be because they think they can get over a woman. It could be because they think they can get over a black woman. It could be because of the color of your skin. Or it could be because people don't look at what they're charging you for. They charged me $74 for antifreeze. $74. We need to be aware of what these people are doing. And it's time for a change. We also need for us to come together and make sure that these people do not rip us off. Because we are trusting these people to do what we hire them to do, and they're not doing it. They're not treating us with respect. They're not making sure that we get the best service possible, and they're trying to treat us as if we're no better than dumb animals, that we will blindly follow whatever it is they say. You need to stand up and make sure that these people understand that you can read, you can write, and you understand English very well no matter who I am, what I am, or what color skin I am. And I know when I'm being cheated and when I'm being fucked over, and I'll be damned if I continue to let you do it to anybody else. It's time for a change, and it's time for us to stop these people in their tracks. This is Struggling Actress in Georgia, Sanae J. with SJV Productions, represented by Talented Productions, and we will talk again.